Probably the best man actor there was Humphrey Bogart.
Bogart was pretty good.
John Wayne was good. They were.
Car that looks just like his, and you wear the same sunglasses as he did.
I'll tell you a good actor is still around.
But the best part, you never know what's going to come through that door. This is Pawn Stars.
This gun is the gun that killed Jesse James. It's almost like a drum roll moment, isn't it? For $40,000, if I were to get half of that, I'd be very interested.
$1,000 reward on his head, which at that time was an insane amount of money. This is cool. Where did you get it?
So this gun, my dad and the Old West gunfighters would take a knife and put a notch in for every time they killed somebody, killed them dead.
Howard for doing it. If this really is the gun behind the legend, we have a serious piece of history.
There's 2 or 3 guns that have been claimed.
And he went around the country and he killed Jesse James 3-4 times a week for years on end.
My documentation is different news.
They would go to traveling shows just to see the gun he was shot with. If this is the gun that killed Jesse James, I have no problem giving you $250,000. Here's your problem. According to everything I know, okay. The thing is, I don't even know if it's Colt, okay? This gun would have said address Sam Colt, New York, right on the barrel. It doesn't say that. But there's no way to tell because someone has covered up every mark that says Colt.
On top of that, Bob Ford was a criminal right alongside.
You just have some paperwork saying that it was brought around and shown as the gun that killed Jesse James.
Right.
This is the way I look at it. I accept the fact that it toured around for a while as the gun.
Believe it. I think they wanted to touch it. I think they were attracted to it. There's still a difference between being attracted to it.
I'll be there in a half hour, 45 minutes. Bye. This guy has the car that Steve McQueen drove in his last movie.
Queen wannabe. And
Well,
I will
I'm
buy
not a Steve McQueen wannabe. I just want to go take a look at the car. It's worth a lot of money. We can make some. Come on.
Don't spend too much money.
I'll take care of it.
Steve McQueen wannabe, that was pretty good, boss.
That's the truth.
It is 1951 Chevy convertible that Steve McQueen drove in the movie The Hunter.
That is sweet. And where did you get it?
I'm a used car dealer, and this is what I do, is try to turn a profit. It's probably worth somewhere between 80 and 100,000. If we can come in somewhere around 40 grand, that'd be great.
This car.
The whole premise of the movie was he was a bounty hunter. Things weren't going well for him the entire movie. He gets beat up like the 80s. I mean, it does have the cassette player in it.
Yeah.
There's a few things that could use a little attention, but that's a pretty damn clean car.
In the neighborhood of about 40 grand.
I mean, I love the car. I'd love to make you an offer on it, but I just want to make sure everything's right on this thing. Do you mind if I have someone come down and take a look at it and get it checked out? I like anything associated with Steve McQueen, but I'm not sure what this thing is worth. So I called Danny down to get his opinion.
Only did about 20,000 of these in a convertible. 51 Chevy was a great car. They were very much an everyday man's car. Wow.
It's really clean.
Sure is, man. The car looks beautiful. You know, and it's not restored to the point where you wouldn't want to drive. What are you doing?
I'm gonna drive it. Yeah, I'm the one buying it.
What'd you have me come out here for?
Check it out, make sure everything's cool on it. I can't believe I'm in the back seat of this thing.
How's it back there, Rick? Comfortable?
I should be driving this car right now.
Rick, you should feel this. You'd really like it.
Yeah, whatever.
This car was in such nice shape, for sure. You know, I've seen 51 Chevy convertibles going for all kinds of prices, but I think I would solidly put it with Steve McQueen's. Kind of take it from there.
All right, so how much do you want for it?
40 grand.
What, 37?
37?
I think it's a fair price.
I say go for it.
It's driven by Steve McQueen in a movie. And now I finally get to drive it. I am in heaven. Now I really feel like Steve McQueen.
Pretty dope.
It is. For being a 1980s cocktail table centipede game, it's in really good shape.
100 for it, but I'm negotiable. I'd probably take as low as 4.
Video games, you know, obviously the Atari was out, but when I was a kid, arcades had already evolved so much that we didn't get a chance to appreciate games like this. highest these things sell for is $700. So 500 is not a bad deal, but $400 is just a little bit out of my price range. If it was in a little bit better condition, I would do it all day. I'd like to buy. Let me come take a look at it.
Thank you.
Sorry,
I
we couldn't make a
appreciate
deal.
it. Sorry.
This video game's a classic. It's just not in good enough shape to buy for $400.
$1,000.
I knew Rick was going to go buy himself a toy. Now I got to make sure he sells the damn thing. What's the best way
In
to...
an auction where the guys who buy these kinds of cars will show up.
There's auctions coming up, but they're not coming up for months. He did this.
You would look on the internet for that, you wouldn't go on the phone.
Well, look on the damn internet then. I don't care. One Chevrolet in today. That thing's not to be driven. It's going to be sold. This...
Right?
I've heard of them.
Do you know any songs on Rush? Tom Sawyer?
That's funny. I almost said Huckleberry Finn.
So I guess these were a little bit before your time?
Yeah, it came out right when I was born, I think.
So what, like in the 80s, they would just put bubble gum in anything? Bands from the 70s and 80s, so of course he's gonna love something like this. But I don't know any of these albums.
You've heard of Neil Diamond, right? You've listened to his music.
Not
Singing Piano Man.
Now, you and I go to completely different bars.
Sometimes it blows me away what little Corey knows. Most of them are open, and seems like half of them, the gum's missing or broken.
Right, but the covers all still look good.
I'll give you $50. I won't go a penny more. If that helps you out, it helps you out. If not, it's not.
I guess I'll take it.
Are you going to keep the damn thing or are you going to sell it?
What's the problem? I'm just driving the car around until we take it to the auction.
I found an auction for the car to be shipped, but it's really important to find the right auction with the right buyers. The shipping cost will be totally worth it in the end.
Rick, next thing you're going to be wearing a turtleneck and a blazer to work.
Turtlenecks just aren't me. You see this neck?